AEW as long as Tony Khan is in charge. And Tony has a very perspective that's just indie-rific as hell. Your goal has to also be to grow, because if you're not growing, you are indeed dying. It's just a matter of when.
Hey guys, welcome to the Figure 4 TV. Now today on the Figure 4 TV, we're going to talk about AEW and its bad ratings and poor booking. And this is not like any other AEW rant video, because we don't dislike AEW. In actuality, we love AEW and we like wrestling, and we just want to see AEW do better. So today we're going to go over two things, the major two things Tony Khan needs to do in order to get AEW back on track. You guys take a look at the intro, and when we get back, we'll talk about it. Guys, there's no secret that AEW is the indie darlings. That is land of the indie stars.
AEW, is this another year of just steady growth? Because you guys, the arrow's been pointed up since you started.
I think 2022 really leans into all those free agents and all the original. I think you really are setting up for a year-long, incredibly tumultuous battle royal of, oh, well, I came from WWE and I never watched your product, but I'm super over. Or I've been here the whole time.
I think it's easy for me now to say, like, oh, I definitely knew. But it wasn't the case.
For those of you that's new and you ask, what is an indie star? You gotta understand, guys, wrestling, like everything, is divided by two types of people. You have wrestlers, and then you have your superstars. And your indie marks, those are your guys that are your wrestlers. They got super moves, they got great moves, great athleticism, they high flyers, they're just great characters as far as the wrestling abilities. Then you have your superstars, guys. These are going to be your big men. These are going to be your larger than life athletes. Great charisma, muscles, the physique. They might not be as great as a worker as the wrestlers, but they're gonna fill your arenas up. They're the ones that the people come and spend millions of dollars to see perform, guys. I'm not saying that the people don't come to see the indie marks, but what I'm saying is the indie marks, they not used to being on TV. So they cater to a specific type of audience, guys. They cater to the independent audience. But when we talking about on a large global scale for wrestling, you want to have superstars that are globally known, not just independent. Now, for a long time in the pro wrestling landscape, WWE has been looked upon as the biggest show in town. So everybody looks to WWE. And we all know WWE is historically known for using their larger-than-life athletes, like your Hulk Hogan's, your John Cena's. They use those guys to excel the brand and the company. Now, what we have is we have the independent companies and the independent artists. It's like they have a vendetta against the big guys, because the big guys been on top and the big guys been getting the TV time and been getting the checks for so long. It's like the little guys, once you gave them a chance, remember this CM Punk, I blame this on CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, because those two, they spearheaded the ship, the independent ship, to where the little guys got a chance to main event. That never was seen before in WWE until the Punk versus Cena feud, and CM Punk exposed it in his famous pipe bomb.
You've been responsible for the resurgence of the indie scene and building it back up to where people actually give it the credibility that it hasn't seen in quite a while. How does that feel to be the face of this resurgence of essentially the territories?
Loaded question.
Two big differences between WWE and what AEW is. Tony Khan,
Guys, he's one of us. He's a wrestling fan.
he's the one who sought out us and made us the EVPs so that it could be a wrestling company run by actual wrestlers.
We haven't had competition in a long time, and we have some now, and I think it's exciting. Cody Rhodes, his wife Brandy, I respect the hell out of them.
Apparently, if you put executive vice president in front of anybody's name, they feel important.
Hope that they can pull it off. If they do, it's going to be a hell of a
promo. So now we have the Indies guys versus the superstars. That brings me to AEW, where AEW is a collection of indie guys.
People just can go into business for themselves, whether they're going on social media and talking about how they're not being booked or, you know, how they're undervalued or whatever.
It's what I loved about, like, you know, year one of our company was like, people would say like, maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen. We had like, you know, Tony's ideas for stories. We would have the Bucks, we would have mine, and then we'd have, you know, Cody's ideas. And if I had to work with Cody on a story, the way that we'd go about it might be completely different. But I think it's because we had that variety that it brought interest to the company. I think too much of the same is only going to get the same amount of people showing up. Yep. You know what I mean?
You said to be AEW is to be under constant attack.
There are a lot of people out there that don't want to see it succeed and spend a lot of time trying to stop it.
AEW isn't just struggling.
I write and produce segments in AEW. Not all of, but there are lots of segments I write and produce in AEW.
It's like you need to attract at least that many people to make sure you preserve that TV spot. You know, at the time they were asking for 500,000-600,000 a week. So luckily for us, like we pretty much doubled the expectations. So we kind of float around like 900, 1 million.
He is somebody that I love just talking wrestling with. He's somebody that I love kind of bouncing ideas back and forth with. He is somebody that I love getting feedback from and giving feedback to.
Then personality.
It's not like a kissing up to your boss kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, have you ever been employed before? Like, I think people should do that.
We know this to be true because you guys can't name one big man or big man storyline that got over on AEW. And that's one of Tony Khan's problems, guys. Tony Khan, he is not producing any larger-than-life superstars. He allows his indie stars to book themselves to get over on his larger-than-life superstars. One of the biggest examples to what I'm talking about right now is what they did with Luchasaurus. Now, you guys know Luchasaurus now as Killswitch in Christian stable, but Luchasaurus was projected to be their version of Kane, AEW's version of WWE's Kane. He was their big man. We had him paired up with Jungle Jack Perry, guys, another youngin' that they were projected to be good. Jack Perry, he went on to be in a nice little storyline now. He went on to do big things, but where did that leave Killswitch or Luchasaurus? Luchasaurus is still floundering. What about Warlow, guys? Who remembers one of the last stories that I remember that AEW was telling? The Warlow MJF saga. Whatever happened to Warlow? Warlow was supposed to be super big by now. You know what I mean? He's the reason why MJF, part of the reason why MJF is catapulted to where he is because of the Warlow pairing in the very beginning of AEW. Warlow is gone. Brian Cage is gone. Powerhouse Hobbs looks crazy. These guys are over there and they have a problem with the bigger stars. The little guys are running the asylum.
If you look at the problems, you asked me earlier about WCW, if you look at problems that led to possibly what the demise of WCW was, I think one of the major issues was that they had a very large roster with a lot of people making a lot of money, and a lot of those people were really good. You can't pay every talented person in the business $100,000. Your company will go under quick because you won't have enough revenue to offset what you're paying.
Ain't no way Tony Khan just said that out of his mouth, y'all. Ain't no way he just said that out of his mouth, guys. And this is when he made those comments about WCW. So you mean to tell me he know exactly why WCW went under, and then he go and follow the same blueprint? Another thing I want to touch on, the people you keep around you, Tony Khan. You got to get quality people around you. friends and business associates are two different people, two different resources. And you see, you get a lot of your advice and you get a lot of your game plan from your friends. And you can see it shows. It's showing on your shows. It's showing in your arenas. Now, I said this is not one of those rants, but we need you to fix this, Tony Khan. We need you to fix this, Mr. Tony. This is not looking good. You got failed YouTubers writing your shows. You got the little indie marks booking themselves over the guys with the global superstars. Guys, come on now. And you talk about opening up the you got Ricochet over there now. You got Bobby Lashley over there now. And now that's going to be a problem, because if your little guys don't see them losing to your larger than life athletes, how is that going to work? And you continue to bring people over there. Incredible, yo. Incredible. Guys, y'all let me know how y'all feel about AEW in the comments section. We're going to get on out of here, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. And the two problems Tony have is he got to start building larger than life athletes. He don't have not one on his roster. The best thing he got is Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy is still an indie darling, but his moveset and his concept, his gimmick is global. His gimmick is unique, one of a kind, and that is some stuff that need to get more. He need to win. He don't need to be losing. We don't need to be having screwy endings. He need to win right now. And he need to be Rocket Pack need to be put on his back and launched. But he need to win. We need to get some more big guys. Y'all better do something with Bobby. Y'all better do something with Bobby. He is your larger than life athlete. You got to do something with Bobby if you want to be successful over there at AEW. Come on now. Stop letting the little guys book over the big guys. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new over here. And 2 videos is going to pop up. You could click in the either or to continue your viewing experience over here.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie. He's wild in there.